What's up, everybody? This is Brian from the Brian Speaks On channel that you can find on YouTube and on Facebook. I am the creator and moderator, administrator, and all the other aiders of Brian Speaks On, and I come back to you with a brand new topic. You know me, for those that actually have been keeping up with my stuff. I tend to springboard into a big topic based off of a singular topic and kind of try to broaden it out. Lately, I have been trying to divert my subject matter, from what I'm normally talking about, because I just feel like a lot of stuff is so rhetorical now, and it's getting to the point of being very redundant. And although I do like to talk about hot button topics, and I do try to approach them from different perspectives and angles that may be a little bit different than what's being spoken on the mainstream, I still feel this desire to kind of go a little bit more into what may be seen as a little bit more obscure stuff, but I think very relevant things that need to be spoken about more often and get put more out into the front and then open. And today's topic is one of those that I've been becoming more and more passionate about wanting to talk about, and that is community building within the black culture. And in the wake of this new era, this current era I should say, in America mainly, of this last gasp effort of white supremacy to show its dominance and show what it is to be in control of society and of the legislative branches of government and things like that. And in the wake of its failure, its utter and epic failure that we've been witnessing on a daily basis pretty much, it's one thing to sit back and be in our lawn chairs looking back as black people and kind of laughing and pointing fingers and saying, oh, see, this is what we've been telling y'all forever and y'all wasn't listening, and now look, oh, you got egg on your faces and blah blah blah. That may satisfy a shallow kind of it may satisfy a shallow kind of enjoyment, but it doesn't help us ultimately. All it does is give us a cheap laugh at the expense of white supremacy. But at the same time, they aren't losing ground either, And we at some point have to take it upon ourselves to look at ourselves and say, you know what? We're witnessing the failure of white supremacy. Everybody's getting a chance to see for themselves. Like it's been fully exposed now. The whole premise of white supremacy just not working. And now we get a chance to see, okay, where are we gonna go from here? Obviously these guys and not so much guys, but you know what I mean, like figuratively speaking, blah. These people are showing that it doesn't work. For all of their bluster and hubris and desire to run the world and all that, it's failing. And everybody with some sense of logic could see this coming, But again, okay, the point has been proven. It's been shown. Where do we go now? What's next? And my real question out of all this is, why aren't we seeing this, and why isn't it galvanizing us as a culture, as a people, to step ours up? And basically, why aren't we competing? Why aren't we making our moves, our chess moves in this whole structure? Because again, this is like, I don't know if it's going to get more perfect in terms of opportunity to take advantage and seize advantage of this failure, of this whole crumbling of the house of cards, so to speak. Notice no shout outs to Kevin Spacey, you know. But yeah, I go back to this thought process because for the last couple of years on my pages, I've been an advocate for cultural community building. I have been trying to spark the interest and facilitate thoughts within my community, in the sense of coming together and practicing some formats that will actually help tangibly our situation without the assistance of anybody, any outside assistance. Now, and I say that not to try to be militant or sovereign and things like that. I don't want to try to sound like one of these people that are saying, oh, well, we're going to do this on our own. We don't need nobody's help in terms of white people and stuff like that. It's not acerbic on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not meant to be separatist. What it's meant to be is just a situation where I'm trying to facilitate the sense of independence amongst black people. And we can't begin to establish our independence and our self-sufficiency mainly without taking those steps in terms of becoming owners, landowners primarily, and building on our own land and formatting our own communities according to how we want them to be. Because we don't need the government's help. We don't need the help of benefactors who don't come from where we come from and don't associate with us, you know. And again, I'm not trying to say that in a mean-spirited way and in a F you to the world type of sense. It's just, again, we need to establish that as a culture. Most of the main cultures that exist primarily and run things, they have practiced this blueprint. So all I'm basically trying to do is say, well, we need to formulate our own blueprint based on the blueprints that have been successful for other cultures who are leading the way. And why aren't we taking advantage of this now? Now, I know there is still epic systemic racism that exists. Believe me, anybody that follows my page knows I stay on it when it comes to pointing these things out. But at the same time, we cannot allow that to be our straw man in this whole situation. We can't say, well, you know, they out to get us, you know, so, well, you know, what's the point? You know, our ancestors didn't do that. Our elders didn't do that. And they had way worse blatant systemic racism going on. You know what I mean? Like, they had to deal with malignant systemic racism. Now, for us, it's more subdued, it's more cloaked, although it does still exist. But it's not. I don't believe that it's as malignant as it used to be for our peoples back in the days. And we owe it to ourselves and we owe it to them to make more of an effort in this whole game. You know what I mean? Like, there is no better time. Like, again, we can come out looking so much more improved and so much better in the eyes of society than what we've been looking. And again, I'm not saying that in order for us to achieve validation in society. What I am saying is that we've been dragged through the mud so bad, you know, in terms of propaganda, in terms of mass market, mass audience perception. We have been made to look like just about anything and everything that can be pointed to as the poster people of negativity. And this is our opportunity to take take perception into our own hands and show everybody that we are better than what we've been portrayed as all these centuries up to the present time. We are better than what we are being shown to be. And there is no better time than now. You know, there's no better time to create that change than now. We have the ability to unify and practice group unification, whether it be through economics, whether it be through mass media, we are in more control of our public perception now, more so than ever. You know, people can still try to throw shade, they can still try to create deflections and use all types of propagandized stereotypes and things like that. But in this age of information, in this age of media being controlled by the individual, we have the ability to show that we are better than what we have been portrayed as, and we are not the stereotypes that people see. I just wish that we would come around to taking that first step. For some reason, we still have this psychological mental hurdle that we have yet to be able to conquer, that allows us to take that first step in order to achieve our greatness, you know. And I just hope that it comes soon. It's really a question of when rather than if. I really do believe that, and this is coming from somebody who is an extreme cynic. Like, I don't have optimism when it comes to a lot of things societally, but I do feel optimistic about the potential of growth amongst black people and black culture. I see the desire for the shift, and I feel that we're like right at the tipping point. But I just want us to go over that tipping point, you know, because it's like the, you know, the expression goes, the first step is usually the most difficult step. But it's like once you take that step, you see how everything begins to just naturally go accordingly after that. And once you see that, you allow that momentum to take you to the next step, and then you become more galvanized, you become more motivated. It's like when you take that, you make that decision to make a body transformation. Let's say if you're morbidly obese or whatever, and you want to be healthy, you know, you want to live a healthy life, and then in the beginning it feels like this is just not worth it, nothing's happening. But as you see those little steps of progression, it pushes you, it gives you that inspiration, and next thing you know, it just becomes a normal, natural way of existing, you know, to push yourself and to reach higher. I just want us to take that first steps as a culture. There are enough of us out there. I see it when I speak to people in the street, in the hood, when people hit me up, you know, via inbox or whatever. For some reason though, like, we have to get past that psychological block that disallows us from getting together and actually creating a tangible blueprint. It's there, you know. People have been talking about this blueprint since the 60s. You know, Malcolm X was talking to our grandparents about this. You know, the Panthers were talking to our parents about this, and now here we are talking about the same stuff. I don't want to talk anymore. You know, I really don't. I'm tired of talking, man. I'm ready for doing, and I'm ready to get together with like-minded people who are ready to do things. So if you are among those people and you look at this video and you're feeling what I'm saying and you wanna network, hit me up. You know, if you're on my Facebook, hit me up, inbox me. Let's bring about tangible movement. You know what I'm saying? Because this is just tired, you know, and especially again in the wake of looking at this white supremacist movement just be so epically bad. This is the perfect opportunity, B. You know, like, we need to really get in on this and make our mark the right way, the way that as has been destined for God knows how long. But with all that, I just want to wish us all well. I wish us all prosperity, and I want us all to move forward, and I want us to shine, man. I want us all to shine. And with that, I wish us all peace and blessings. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I hope you continue to watch. I hope you continue to recommend and share. You people are awesome out there, man, for real. Nothing but positive vibes and energy. All right, bless up. One.